New Year is a time for taking new resolutions and setting up new goals. But I am not going to talk about that today. Instead, in this video, I'm going to talk about the habits that you should quit in 2022 in order to become a fluent English speaker. So, let's start with our first habit. Stop being a grammar Nazi. Now, what does being a grammar Nazi exactly means? Let's take a situation. If someone is having a conversation with you in English, and at that point, if that person makes a mistake, or you make a mistake, all your attention is drawn towards that mistake. You don't pay attention to what the person is saying. Rather, you start correcting their mistakes. Or if not, you start thinking, oh my god, how can this person make such a basic mistake? So don't be that kind of a person for others or for yourself. Stop judging people and yourself for small mistakes. Instead, learn from them. Give others and yourself a chance to improve. And if you feel the need to correct someone, don't do that in a condescending or a patronizing tone. And that's not it. Being a grammar Nazi also means that you are too focused on learning the grammar rules instead of practically applying them. A lot of time for people, learning English means revising the grammar rules again and again. But that's not how you do it. It does not work that way. See, my rule is simple. If you are giving 30% of your time to learn grammar rules, then 70% of your time should be devoted to practically applying those rules in a conversation with someone. Just like by reading a simple manual on how to drive a car. You can't manage to drive a car, you need practice. Similarly, by just learning the rules of translation and grammar, you will not improve your English. You have to apply those rules in a conversation with someone. So grammar is important, and learn it keeping in mind the 30-70 rule, and your English will improve way faster. Before I move on to the next habit, I would like to share a little information that I found during my research on polyglots. A polyglot said that he had seen people learn and speak a language way faster if they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend who speaks that language. But that doesn't mean that you have to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend who speaks English. The message is that you have to find something that you love. Find something that motivates you to speak in that language. It could be your desire to speak with your colleague in fluent English, or maybe study at a foreign university, or maybe a promotion that requires you to have fluent English communication. So just find something that you love in that language, and you will acquire it easily. Now coming back to the topic, let's talk about the next habit that you should give up. Don't look down on yourself. I think it happens with most of us. Whenever we see someone else better at anything, we immediately start comparing ourselves with that person. And when we do that, our confidence goes down automatically. Now, if I take the example of English speaking, when someone speaks better English as compared to you, you instantly start doubting yourself and you start thinking, oh my god, he's so good and my English is so bad. What if I make a mistake? What if I speak something wrong or my accent is not good? All those doubts come into your mind at that moment because you are looking down at yourself. So, how can you avoid this? If someone is good at anything, then comparing ourselves to that person is a natural habit. But I would like to quote a message from a video of Sadhguru. He said, never look up to anyone and never look down at anyone. Look at everything the way it is. That's all it takes to make a beautiful life. So it basically means that you learn from each and everything, but never under or overestimate anyone, including yourself. If you want to compare yourself, then compare it with you. If you want to improve your English, then your competition should be with you. Compare yourself with you from last week and assess your present day, and then prepare yourself for where you want to be by next week. Now let's talk about the last habit that you should give up to improve your English. Stop setting unrealistic goals. I read somewhere that most of the time we humans set ourselves up for failures by giving ourselves unrealistic goals. The number one reason for people to feel unhappy or they're not satisfied is because they set their goals so high that it becomes impossible to achieve them. And that's why I say, don't set unrealistic goals. Don't set yourself up for failure. Now imagine you have a goal that by 2022 you will improve your English. You feel so pumped up to do this, but since you don't have a plan on how to do it, and after some time you get caught up in other work, and by then the motivation is all gone. And then you wonder, what is wrong with me? Why can't I stick to something and achieve it? So let me tell you, nothing is wrong with you. Just take baby steps daily and have a process that keeps you accountable. You need to figure out these points regarding your goals to make them realistic. When will you do it? Weekly or daily? Where will you do it? How will you be reminded? Who will keep you accountable? What's at stake if you do it well versus if you don't do it? And most importantly, understand your why. Without a proper reason for doing what you are doing, you won't go far. What is your motivation to learn English? Write it down on a piece of paper and pin it to a wall where you can see it clearly every passing day. And if you have already figured it out, write it down in the comments below for me. So let's make 2022 a year of productivity and personal growth. I will see you soon in my next video, and a happy new year in advance.
Ingvarta, your English practice playground. No judgment, only motivation and constructive feedback. Join today.